The Real Show is brought to you by UCS Facility Management Limited, Omni Basic Bank, and Dewdrop Hand Sanitizer.
And we're about to dive into the second segment, okay? Now, before I say more, let's have a look at this introductory video.
Winifred Adjei is a life coach, humanitarian, and the founder of Win for Africa Foundation, a non-profit organization that works to reduce poverty, alleviate hunger, and promote good health and well-being. In a few years of its existence, the foundation has supported 500 families to eat nutritious meals daily, distributed over 1,000 sanitary packs to girls at risk of missing school due to inadequate hygiene supplies. She offers beneficiary families coaching to promote their well-being and development. Winifred is passionate about helping people create the life they desire with no apologies. She believes everyone is a leader and should be treated as such. She enjoys meeting new people, exploring new activities, and learning about world history, and hopes to see a Ghana that is one day self-reliant. Welcome, Winifred.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi.
And I love your outfit, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Friday, and you're repping African
Yes,
tribe,
yes, yes,
so
always.
Ghanaian to be precise. And let's talk about, this is February, okay? We just began 2022. It's not too late for everybody, including yourself, watching, to get your life back on track. And you are a life coach, so hey, hooray, we're excited tonight. But first of all, what does a life coach do?
Well, a life coach just simply takes your hand from where you are to where you want to be.
Cool, that's very simple.
We hold you accountable for what you say you want to achieve.
Definitely.
And then we challenge your limiting beliefs. Whatever it is maybe that could be preventing you from actually achieving your goals, we challenge you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So who would you say needs a life coach then? I guess everybody.
I was basically saying that everybody needs a life coach.
Yeah.
You know, I remember when I first was certified as a life coach, and I think I was 6 months into my journey, and I got an opportunity to work with a seasoned entrepreneur. And I was so excited and I panicked. And I remember telling my friend, oh my gosh, I've got an opportunity to work with this person. Oh my days, I was excited. And they were like to me, Winnie, I don't think you're ready. I don't think you're ready.
Why?
And then I added, you know what? Yeah, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. No. And from that conversation, that knocked my confidence. And I kid you not, for the next 24 months, I put coaching aside and I went back to what I knew how to do best, which was basically working within social care.
Well.
And then I remember just waking up one day and just being like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I know who I'm supposed to be.
Definitely.
I'm a life coach.
Definitely.
I'm supposed to be helping people achieve their dreams. And it starts with me.
Definitely.
So I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So I remember I booked some coaching sessions with a coach. I went on some coaching programs. I just needed my mind to be right. I needed to get my mind in the right place. It took me 18 months. After 18 months, I started to believe in Winnie and I started to believe in my own dreams. 24 months later, I sit here today on this couch with my arms out. Yeah.
Amazing.
So when we ask the question of who needs a life coach, it's anybody who wants to stand up in their truth. Anybody who feels that they want to live a life that they actually deserve. Anybody who wants to show up in the world. That's who needs a coach. Yes. And I think that's pretty much everybody.
Everybody deserves that. So everybody does need a life coach. So listen carefully and know what you're doing wrong. Now, definitely, to be a life coach, what are some of the things you have to do with the training? And how do you even get people to do the right thing?
The thing is, you see, the coaching, everybody's really a coach,
Okay.
And for me, I got certified through a recognized training academy. And then I also joined the Association of Coaching. And often we have like different developmental programs that we go on to just boost our coaching. So we stay fresh. And, you know, with coaching, we don't give advice. You know, we ask you, we have a good conversation with you, ask really deep questions, and that usually brings up the answers in which the individual is looking for, because you're your own master. Do you know what I mean? So you've got all the answers.
Definitely.
So if it's wrong or right, you will know.
Yeah.
So we just present you with all the options and you decide which is right for yourself.
Definitely. Now, let's look at the fact that you help women who are abused. Can you shed some light on how you were able to do that as well?
So when we have worked with women who have been abused, it really does depend on what kind of abuse that the woman is going through, because there's so many different types of abuse. One thing that we do, or one thing that I really make sure that we do, is we work with women without judgment. We don't judge anybody. You know, we come as you are, and we will support you where you're at. And we just do that by just being an open-handed, a listening ear, and we will give you information that you need, that you can tool yourself with, so that you can go on to get the help that you need beyond what we can offer you.
Okay. And what are some of the challenges that you face when you try to, you know, help these abused women from their abusive situation, or whatever situation they find themselves due to abuse?
Okay, so again, it depends. But some of the women that we have worked with, some of them, you know, we've had instances where we've witnessed domestic violence.
Wow.
And we've removed the woman out of the situation to get medical care. And the medical bills, you know, no one to pay for the medical bills, no one there to do the medical report. So that case couldn't get processed, which meant that the woman ended up going back to the abuser.
That's probably why they wouldn't even report in the first place.
That's it. So, you know, but in actual fact, within the Ghana law somewhere, it does say that actually women who find themselves in these situations can actually get the medical report for free. But, you know, sometimes there's a little bit of technicality within that. So, you know, those are the kind of challenges, you know. Yeah. Taking it to the end result can be challenging.
But do you work with shelters as well?
So yes, we do. We do definitely work with other organisations. So our main job, when we have a situation where domestic violence is involved, we work with the agencies who can help these women directly.
Okay. Now, let's look at how you empower these women, the abused women.
So with empowerment, you know, empowerment is one of those words that, you know, we like to use.
Yes.
And so for us, for me, really, it's just like a case of just letting them know that, listen, this is not the end. Yeah, you know, you can take it from here, and we provide you with the information that you need, the resources in which you would need in terms of the agencies and how you can access them. And then we say, look, we are here to support you, you know, no matter what. And so really the empowerment comes from the information that we provide and the fact that you know that we are there for you.
Yes. Now, let's go back to you talking to people about life coaching, okay? Yeah. Even for an individual, when you're getting yourself out of bed on a daily basis, sometimes you have hard times leaving the bed. You have hard times, you know, telling yourself what to eat, what not to eat, taking care of your own self. So how do you actually help people go by the plans you come up with after having a conversation and trying to, you know where they are headed and guiding them to, you know, reach where they're supposed to reach?
Okay, so this is where we hold you accountable for what you say you want, right?
Okay.
So if you say, you know, you want to be this great person in the world, we hold you accountable for that.
How do you do that?
We do that by looking at what is going on. What is happening? Why is it that you're not doing what you said you're going to do? And then we look at what could be blocking you. Maybe you could have some limiting beliefs there. Maybe you're struggling with the thought of success. You know, some people are scared of being successful, right? And so because of that, they will sabotage everything with subconsciously. So we look at that and we challenge that. And we look at ways in which you can recognize the triggers and say, okay, I know what's happening here, but actually I'm going to take charge of it. And by doing that, they're able to then make another decision as to how they're going to go about navigating towards their goals. But what we do is that we look at your plan, we work with you to create a plan, and then we break it down into really small bite-sized pieces. So it's not overwhelming.
Okay.
So like you might wake up in the morning and you know that you've just got this one little step to do that's going to take you to your big, massive goal, you know, and by doing that, when you wake up in the morning, you've got purpose, you know?
Definitely. So in that case, then it means you'd have to be having a close relationship with your clients for constant checks and all of that. Would you say as a life coach, you have working hours, or you literally have to work your whole life?
Oh, so no. So for me, like, I have set days that I work, and I work within a set period of time. And I work with my clients. So it depends, you know, what kind of coaching package that they've come onto, which will determine how much time I would give to them. Yeah.
Because I was wondering, like, if maybe my activity for today was to do X and X, and maybe by 6 p.m. and now it's what, 9:11, and then I'll be like, oh my goodness, now the time is past. Doesn't mean I'm a step back, you know, from my dream or my goal, and I'm probably going to panic if I'm one of the people that self-sabotages and I think of a lot of negative things first. Then I'm going to call you and be like, hello, you know, Winifred, I don't think I'm going to make it. It's day 3 and I already messed up and I didn't do that. How do you handle a client like that? Maybe I've forgotten my package doesn't allow me to call you at 9.
That's all right. If you're not able to, you know, take a step towards your goal today, that's okay. You've got tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? It's not about saying, oh, you've got to. It's about saying, listen, even if you make a mistake, or even if you wasn't able to get up, you can always bounce back. You know, like, we've all got that bounce back muscle going on within us. So that's all it is, really. It's about saying, okay, you know what, don't worry, take a breather, try again tomorrow.
Yes. And do you also advise, you know, sometimes people are earning good money, and I feel like the average Ghanaian may not have a good idea what a good life is. It's because, and it's, I don't think anyone is to blame. We are in a developing country, and the standard of living is quite low as compared to developed countries. You know, the average salary a Ghanaian is receiving is what, even for national service after degree, is I think 500 cedis or something. I think now it's a little higher. You know, and those in the private segments can get as high as 700 cedis, and you're paying rent of maybe at least 500 cedis a month. Not to talk of your transportation and feeding. So you're already starting life in a deficit. So how would somebody watching a typical ordinary Ghanaian man or woman or girl or man or boy watching, who is inspired, and look, I have things I want to do, I have the zeal, I want to do this, but hey, my money is even up to what I need for myself. How do I hire a life coach? What do you have to say to this?
How do you hire a life coach? You know what, you can access coaches online, you know, like, there's so much information out there in terms of self-development. You know, for me, what I would say to anybody who wants to start their own self-development journey is first to look at themselves. What is it that they think that they can do to improve their situation? Because if you're earning 500 cedis, someone's told you you're going to earn 500 cedis, but you decide whether you want to earn 500 cedis. Do you know what I mean? So then you have to say, okay, no, actually, I don't want to earn, I'm not worth 500 cedis, I'm worth maybe 1,000. So you need to look at, well, how am I going to get there? So you might say, okay, well, actually, I'm going to look for a job that pays me 750, you know, or I'm going to do a side job that is going to give me the extra money that I need to get there. So it's about just thinking and then creating a plan maybe for 6 months, a plan maybe for 12 months, plan maybe for 3 years, and then 5 years. So if you're able to plan your life in like 5 years blocks and break them down into like 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, and you're able to break each step down, gradually you will find that you've got number one, you've got a plan. Yeah, because one of the things that we do get wrong is that we don't have a plan. We're just waking up every day, going to work with no plan.
And expecting things to change after years of doing the same things.
And as the saying goes, if what's the saying?
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
There you go.
Yes.
And that's truth.
Yes.
So as long as we have a plan for what we want to achieve, and we're able to break it down into bite-sized steps, we can achieve it and we can create the life that we want.
Definitely. Now, there are people that are fortunate enough to see growth in their lives, so they see an increment in salary, and they could, you know, afford things better or probably plan a better life for themselves. People don't even know that the goal is to be able to have a life where maybe you can have at least one vacation, maybe one external vacation, one internal vacation. You can eat meals, you know, in a certain way, or you can even pay somebody just something little for the person to guide your menu for home, you know, so they can think of the things to eat, and then you're watching your health or standard of living, how to, you know, put money aside for savings, people don't know this, and you as a life coach said you actually listen to your clients and what they need and all of that. But I mean, are you allowed to advise? You know, sometimes you realize, okay, this person could actually have this life with what they have because of your experience as a life coach, but then they're living a life way lower and the money is sitting in the bank. Do you advise? You know, are you allowed to advise extra? I mean, there's a client and you're trying to give them the best life as much as you can. So do you advise and give them all these extra tidbits, or is just what the person wants you do?
So one thing is that, you know, with success, it's individual. You know what success looks like to you, right?
Yes.
So somebody's idea of success might not be mine.
Definitely.
So I'm not there to judge what I think how you should live.
Definitely.
It's up to you to decide how you want to live. However, we can explore ways in which you can make your life more rich, you know, so that you can get more out of life.
Definitely.
And that might be going on a vacation once a year. Because somebody might think, you know, I don't want to spend no money. All the money that I'm saving is for my children. You know, I don't want to spend it now. So it's just about, you know, working with what they present, and then also looking at how we can make that a little, you know, exploring how that can be more rich and more fulfilled for them.
Definitely. Now, you are the founder of Win for Africa Foundation. You are a humanitarian as well. So then how did everything start? What was the goal?
Well, you know, to be honest, it started actually from my bedroom. Yeah, Win for Africa started from my bedroom. So one day I saw a meme. Yeah, I saw a meme, and it was saying, why not get a handbag, stuff it with sanitary supplies and give it to a homeless woman? And I said, oh, that's a fantastic idea. I'm going to Ghana next month. I'll do that there. And so I just literally started to call for donations, and I got the handbags, and they stuffed it with supplies of sanitary pads, hand sanitizers. The idea was that when a woman is out, or when a young girl is out, that she'll have everything she needs to be clean whilst out when she's on her menstrual cycle. So that was the idea of when I started to ask for the donations.
Right. So are you still doing that? What are you aiming at doing? Or you have the bags you're still giving out? That's what you're set out to do for the Win for Africa Foundation.
So Win for Africa Foundation is a food and hygiene bank. What we do is that we help families to eat at least one nutritious meal. So what happens is that they can access our food bank fortnightly, and they can access a bag of supplies. Within that supply, it has like rice, oil, tomatoes, you know, food that you would need to supplement maybe what you already have. And the idea is that if you're not thinking about food, then you've got time to think about other things that you can do to be more productive. So that's one thing. So we've got the food bank service. We also encourage families to grow their own fruit and vegetables. We also, so we work with different organizations, NGOs who teach backyard farming. And so we encourage families to access that project. And we also work with other partner organizations who teach economic skills. So like soap making, etc., etc.
Yeah. But what are some of the challenges that you've faced so far in your activities? You know, raising funds, even distribution. What are some of the challenges you face?
Yeah, sometimes raising funds can be an issue, but we've managed to partner with quite a few organizations, quite a few people, quite a few supermarkets and farms, and just kind people who make donations to us. And we are able to gather the supplies that we need most of the times. But sometimes we do struggle with finances, you know, how to get enough money to get enough supplies to reach the demand. Because what we've actually found is that after the pandemic, you know, the demand is going up. Malnutrition is also another issue that is going up as well, that we've had increased cases of malnutrition because people are just wanting to get full, and they're not giving their children nutritious food. And so we've had an increase of teenage pregnancies. So teenage mothers are accessing our food bank. Their children are malnourished. So for us, for this year, that's one of our main focuses, is working with teenage mothers and also malnutrition within their children.
Great. But how does somebody get in touch if they want to, donate something? And do you also partner with other foundations for projects as well?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are open for partnerships. So if there's anyone out there that wants to partner with us, we are open to partner with anyone who wants to partner with us.
Definitely.
So if they want to catch us, if they want to check us out, we are on Instagram at WA Foundation Africa.
Definitely.
So Instagram is the best place.
WA Foundation for Africa. So do reach out and support this great initiative. Now, what motivates you in life?
It's a good question, because it's probably people that I have not yet reached. What motivates me is that I know that there's people out there who need to hear my voice, and that's what motivates me.
Exactly.
To motivate them.
Definitely. Wow. And I mean, when you are down, how do you get yourself up? You have to be your own life coach, right?
Do you know what? I've actually got...
You gave the example for how it started in the first place. Do you still face that from time to time?
Absolutely. When it does, I've got to coach myself back up. But the good thing is that I've got a supply of people that I can call. And I still have my own coach. Do you know what I mean?
Nice.
Absolutely, 100%. Because as I'm coaching, I'm also getting coached. I'm also challenging myself every single day, getting deeper into who I am. Because if I can show up for you, authentic, then that means I can get the best out of the coach. You can get the best out of the coaching experience.
And then you can even learn from other people you are coaching,
yes,
to enrich yourself. So it means it only gets better from there.
Yes, it does.
Definitely. And if people want to reach out to you for life coaching, what platform can they reach you on?
They can call me directly.
Definitely.
And I can have a chat with them. So that number is 024 398 0216.
024-398-0216.
Yeah.
024-398-0216. Thank you so much, Winifred Adjei, for an amazing session. You've covered so much with the time that we have. It's perfect, and I've had an amazing evening. I hope you have as well. We've had an amazing time talking about culinary arts with our Chef Ruby, and we just had an amazing time talking about Wins for Africa Foundation and why you need a life coach with Winifred Adjei. My name is Mahinia Bamford. This is The Real Show, live on Metro TV Ghana. If you missed tonight, you have missed a lot, honey. So don't worry, just go on our Facebook page, The Real Show, and watch, because we always upload a live feed from the show.